Hey friends, it's Jenny and I'm getting ready to work on this week's A Cherry on Top sketch layout. As a reminder, the sketch is put out every Thursday and the layout is due by the following Wednesday. This is sketch number 446 and it's due on October 1st. So you'll see the sketch here, it's a large 12 by 12, so it looks like there's a large frame around a middle, another piece of paper. You've got two 4 by 6 photos, a large title. Now behind each one of the photos there is text. So it just looks like you can put another layering piece of paper behind there. It also looks like there might be, a piece of washi tape or a clip or something like that on top of each of the photos. On the side of the photos, it could be a ticket, a tab, you know what I'm talking about. Come on, I can't think of the name of it. So tag, we get all the tag papers now, so that could be a tag, but just spots for embellishments. I'm going to use a paper pad this week. My daughter bought me this paper pad from Recollections, especially because, it's her little girls that are in school, so she just picked this up for me. I keep trying to tell her, no need. I don't really use paper pads too often. But since she bought it, I'm thinking she liked it and would like me to use it for a layout. So I'm going to go ahead. A lot of this, when I have paper pads and stuff like that, I like, obviously, to use the back for the cardstock. And I will also, I'll use some of it. As a matter of fact, I'll use, like I said, I'm going to use it today for my layout. But it will be nice to have when Quinny wants to be crafting with me and stuff like that. Then, I mean, if she asked me to use my most treasured piece of paper, I probably would let her because Grammy's a sucker. But, it's cute. It's Bright Years, it's called, and it's from Recollections. So that's something that she got at Michael's. I was looking for a date, and it doesn't have a date on it, but I'm pretty sure she got it for me this year. So I have a hodgepodge of stuff to use. I have a iris case full of different school supplies. So I just picked out what I thought would match. I have this ribbon, and I'm thinking of using the ribbon in place of the washi tape at the top. We will see. It's just a thought. I have got these are Mark Richards collections, old stickers here. You've got the apple, and you've got a little ABC and some push pins and a little blocks. I've got some enamel dots that are almost gone. I've got some, looks like some wood veneer in here, some crayons. Looks like some type of, this is probably like Echo Park Cartabella. These ones especially, but there's different things in here if I want to use. I've got another one of these Mark Richards. We're not in preschool. This is, oh, that's a pencil. I keep seeing that P and I keep thinking preschool, but it's not. And there are pencils and other cute little embellishments here. I do have these foam stickers from Simple Stories, and I don't have this collection. I remember, I think I got this in like a foam sticker grab bag type of thing, and I thought I could always use the back to school title because this is, I'm documenting her first day of school, so maybe we'll use that. That'll probably be what my title is. And here are the pictures. Here's Mom and Dad, and she's holding up her, Quinn's, her first day of kindergarten. So Mom, Dad, her little sister, and there's Quinn. And then this picture is hilarious. So they were taking a picture of Quinn on the front porch. And if you look in the background here, it's Josie looking like the door. It's hilarious. It's like the little kid in the background making fun of you or something, putting up the bunny ears. But it was, we had to close the door so we can get the picture of Quinn on the front porch. But I thought, this would be fun to include. So what I did pull out of the paper pad, I pulled out some border strips. This was before I pulled out that ribbon, thinking that, I could use a border strip or something like that for the pieces of washi. I had picked out this alpha paper. I just thought it was cute. And if I didn't have a title, I pulled this out before I saw that I did have titles that I could just cut up fussy cut letters to use. And maybe I still will do that. Maybe the red won't match quite what I want it to, but I pulled that for that. I pulled out the 4x6s just if I need some embellishments, because these paper pads obviously don't come with embellishments, which is why it was perfect opportunity to grab the hodgepodge of stuff that I have. These books would be fun to cut out. Here's another cut aparts, if I needed something here. This is the piece of paper I thought I would use to kind of back the photos, because it's, well, it's just all the fun images for school, and there was really no topography paper in here, like just words or anything like that, so I thought this would be a good choice for that. I chose this for my background, and I chose it because it's green, and there's so much green in these photos. Their front door is green, and they have a tree in their front yard, so I thought that was a good match for that. And then the next two papers I pulled, one of them is going to be my frame. So I figure if I cut a 1/2 inch off the top and the side, this would work, and I really like this. But if not, if it won't, like if I cut too much and can't get it to line up, this is a cute piece of paper. I will use my favorite diagonal stripe, so that's what that is there for. But that's my plan. Let me go ahead and get to work, and I'll come back and show you what I come up with. Hey friends, it's Jenny, and I have completed my cherry on top sketch layout for this week. As a reminder, it's sketch number 446, and this is due by midnight Eastern on October 1st. I used a paper pad, and I'm pretty happy with how the layout came out. The paper pad is from Recollections, and it's something my daughter had purchased for me. It's a school time one, and this is the daughter that bought it, and this is her daughter that's in school. So this was Quinn's first day of kindergarten, and I was able to use that one paper I showed you that had the, it's white in the middle here, and this was just kind of like a swirly border, but I really liked how the rainbow looked on the outside, and I was able to cut my paper in a way that I cut a 1/2 inch from the top and a 1/2 inch from the side, and that was enough to still be within the confines of the pattern. We used the green for the background. I chose the green due to the fact that there's so much greenery in this photo, as well as their front door is green. And I used a hodgepodge of stuff. It was really, you know, kind of fun just to dig through things. These are some very old, both of the pins as well as the little pencil, the P pencil here, as well as the Happy School Time worm. They are from, I think it's called, yeah, Mark Richards. I've had them for such a long time. Probably when my son, who is going to be 23 this month, probably when he was in school. So they are old. No date on the packaging, so I can't even share that, but that's okay. I did go ahead, instead of using that Simple Stories title, this is from one of the 4x6 cards. It said New Year, New Adventure. So I cut that out instead of using it as a 4x6 card, and I placed them down. You know, I used my glue pen in a wonky manner, and then I did kindergarten as well as Quinn. I fussy cut these little pencils from from one of the cut aparts there. And I did use some leftover enamel dots that I had from an old Echo Park collection. So I'm very pleased with how it came out. As I had said at the beginning of the video, I have one cubby full of paper pads, and I won't let myself get more than that. But every once in a while, when my daughter, it's typically usually when she wants me to make something for her, will, you know, like as her little, I've got glue back there. As her little thanks mom to me, she'll pick up a paper pad, or she bought one that's a fair one since they were going to Santa's Mill so much this year, and I'll be able to use some of it for sure. But I prefer the quality of, you know, regular paper compared to paper pad. So this is 2 pieces of paper, and I would say that, you know, that's probably like the weight of 1 piece of paper that we use from a manufacturer. But I'm pretty happy with the layout for this week. I followed the sketch to pretty much a T. I used that ribbon that I mentioned that we had the alphas to make it look like my washi tape. And then I also did, when I was looking at this, there looks to be, you know, down here a little bit, up here a little bit, a little bit of mixed media. So I did use my Heidi Swap black color shine. And that's here on my desk. I was going to use white, and then I figured for the nice contrast I would go ahead and use the black. So here's my layout for this week's Cherry on Top sketch layout. Now don't forget, when you play with the sketches and you upload them to the gallery, you will receive cherry points. Loading up to the gallery, you get a point for your photo, and then you're going to get a point for, say, if you tag and attach products that you've used. Now, everything that I've used here, the only thing that I'd probably be able to tag will be my enamel dots, maybe my glue pen. I did use, you know, Fisker's cutter, things like that. This is not a collection that I would be able to say that I bought through a Cherry on Top. So you can, as you're tagging products, you can tag as many as you use, but you'll get a maximum of 10 points for that week for the load of the layout. Now on Thursday, when they go ahead and draw randomly, you will at least get 100 cherry points, and if your layout is randomly selected that week, it will grant you 1,000 cherry points. And if you're familiar with the cherry point system, cherry points equals dollars. No secret here that I love to shop at a Cherry on Top. I'm a big proponent of purchasing pre-orders to save some money there, and then the cherry points help me save a couple dollars there too. So it's really a great program, and they've got so much inspiring items over there on their blog, on their YouTube channel. So check it out. I'm sure you'd be fairly pleased. Anyway, all of that blathering, please like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate your time, and I thank you. Thank you very, very much. God bless, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.